Seed saving is one of the foundations of being self-sustainable, along with composting and rearing livestock. It's one of the things that you can do to truly control the food that you get to feed yourself and to feed your family. And today we're going to be talking about saving 3 crops that I have in the garden, saving the seeds for those crops so that I can grow this crop on my own without needing to buy any seedling or even seeds in the future. Hello everyone, thank you all so very much for making it for this video. I'm not going to be keeping you all very long today at all. I just want to show you how I'm going to be saving some of these seeds. Now in this channel I've always had 3 major foundational points, being organic, self-sustainable and affordable. Today we're talking about the self-sustainability part. So this weird looking plant that you're seeing here, this was a lettuce and it recently died, but not before leaving me with this gift. This here is the flower buds of the lettuce that have properly matured, they properly dried out, and now these flower buds are going to be the key to me not having to buy this type of Batavia lettuce again, unless I really want to get some new variety. If I don't, and I'm happy to just grow this exact kind of plant, then I can just use these seeds and I won't have to worry about it in the future. Now, before I get into the actual seed saving, I know the plant looks very strange. Remember, as I have talked about, and I'll put a link for it up in the description, not in the description, up on the side here, is that plants like lettuce, they go through a process called bolting before you can get the seeds. So this lettuce would have been like probably no higher than like where my right hand is here, like here. And then when the plant goes through a few different processes or feels a certain way, and in that video that I just put up, I will be explaining why this could happen. The plant will bolt, it will send up the stem, then you get this head of flowers, and here is where you get your seeds. Okay, so before we start actually saving the lettuce seeds, we're gonna have our Ziploc bag. You don't have to use a Ziploc bag, I just like to use it because it helps to hold in moisture, keeps the seeds a bit better for longer. And I'll be putting in the name, so Batavia lettuce, I just put B lettuce, and today is the 19th of February 2023. Okay, that's a weird looking 3, but there you go. So now this is the more fun part. I'm gonna get one of these leaf pods, right? So you see that there's a dry kind of mush on it, so you have to go behind that, or rather underneath it, and then inside of the little pouch, a little pouch, that's where you're going to get your seeds, right? So let me just separate out this. There you go. Now lettuce seeds are very tiny, so they're liable to get blown away in the wind. But yeah, so this one pouch, which a few kind of got blown away, these are my lettuce seeds right here. So these are ready to be planted in. If I wanted to plant in right now, there's another seed over here, and there's one other seed over there. So I'm just going to be putting it into the bag. Now I'm not going to do all the lettuce like this. This one was just to show you how the process goes. I'm going to be getting some newsprint, and I'll just start separating out like this on top here. And it's really crazy. It's crazy how many seeds you can get from one plant. I think already here I'm averaging around 30 seeds already. Each seed thinking about a 90 something germination rate, hopefully, because it's fresh. That's going to give you 30 plants of lettuce. Right, a little trick is the drier that this pod here looks, the drier that this pod here looks, the more brown it looks. That normally means that the seeds inside are a lot more mature, and therefore they're gonna germinate better. Okay, there we go. So just one plant. Of course this bag looks a bit too big now, and like I can't count how many seeds, like countless seeds, each seed here being a plant potentially. There's some more over here, but I'm kind of impatient now because, to be honest, how many seeds do I really need, right? There's a few more buds, so I'll just, for my conscience's sake, I'll just kind of get the seeds out, but you get the idea. Lettuce seeds. Amazing. Okay, so next order of business is I have some deer horn okra that's gone completely dry, and that's what I like to do. I like to leave the okra on it for so long so that the seeds get more mature, and then you have better germination rates and just better seeds, seedlings and plants eventually. Okay, so same process. This one should be a little bit faster, and because I find it ridiculous, like I use this big bag for just this much lettuce, at least it has a date on it, so I'll be putting the okra seeds inside the same bag. The okra seeds, let me show you what it looks like. It is a lot different to the lettuce seeds, so there's no chance of me mixing up an okra for lettuce, so I think I can put all of them into the same bag, and then potentially I will use this bag for something else and put these into smaller bags when I get them. But for now, this is all I have in terms of Ziploc, and I do like to have my seeds in a Ziploc bag to preserve the seeds. So okra is fairly self-explanatory. It's really easy. You just rip the husk apart, and you're going to get these little balls, which are the seeds. Some of them, if you've left it too long, they will have a little green or brown kind of tint to them, so that means that this seed is not going to be good, or more than likely will not be good. You want to find something that's a nice dark black, and that's what you really want to be using. But I could save all of them and then just hope that it germinates, but I'm not going to do that, all right, because I already have so much okra seeds. I have from last year, I have from the year before, so every year I save my okra seeds. So I mean, knock on wood that nothing bad happens in the society, but if it were to happen, we can be self-sustainable. We can feed ourselves and we can feed our family. Okay, so there we have about 50 to 60 okra seeds, and I'm gonna have a pretty fun time separating the okra seeds from the lettuce seeds, but I don't think it'll be too bad. In any case, it's my fault for putting everything into the same bag, but that happens sometimes. And the last set of seeds that we'll be saving today is from this Seim. This Seim plant has produced just amazingly. Seim, also known as hyacinth bean. You can just see how big this entire plant is. This is all just one plant, so it's definitely in my interest, if I want to be able to feed myself, feed my family, to save some seeds from this so that I can grow a plant like this in the future, because it's not going to last forever. So I do need to save some seeds from this plant. Alright, so let me show you what a Seim seed looks like. I actually think it looks really cool. I find it looks kind of delicious. There you go. See that? It looks almost like a kind of cream frosting on it, and I really like that. So I'm just going to be saving about 2 to 3 pods from this Seim. Nothing too massive, because there's just so much more Seim that I'm going to get more seeds eventually. Back at the little workstation, a few of my hyacinth beans over here. Just Seim, as we call it in Trinidad, Seim. The thing about Seim that you have to be careful for is because it's such a nice source of starch, carbohydrates, sugars for a lot of these insects. Sometimes your Seim could get holes in it. If it does get holes in it, that means that an insect has been burrowing, as in burrowing, drilling a hole into your Seim. So then it's not going to germinate well, if it germinates at all. So then you have to discard that one. So like, oh, this one looks fine. All of these, this one looks like it's gone bad. As I said, the Seim is not near the end of its life just yet, so I'm going to be saving these seeds when it's closer to the end of its life. But I'm happy to get some seeds in advance as well. Cool. Maybe we just need one. Oh look, I got one here that has a hole in it. I don't know if you can see this hole. So this is a bean that I couldn't use to grow another Seim. It just wouldn't do so well. So it's a little handful, probably about 10-15 seeds from just 3 pods. This one doesn't look so good. From just 3 pods. So just imagine, look, another one with a hole here. So because there's a pandemic over here. I just lost another one, but you get the idea. Save your seeds. Okay, there we go. I'm so happy to have saved these seeds. I'll have to do a bit of separating, but it won't be too bad. Remember that I'm gonna be separating out these and putting them into smaller plastic bags. One thing that's very important with your seeds is once you save them, especially in Trinidad, put them somewhere. Like I like to put it in the fridge because I think that the temperature is just good inside there to preserve the seeds. Too much heat can hurt your germination rates after some time. In addition to that, a Ziploc bag that can seal off moisture fluctuations and seal off humidity fluctuations will also help preserve your seeds so that you can have seeds that can last you for years once you take good care of them. So remember, if you know somebody who would be interested in being more self-sustainable and providing for themselves and their family in their gardens, feel free to share this video with them, and feel free to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook to see more content coming out of the Trinidad Gardeners Garden. Remember, as always, this has been Dylan from the Trinidad Gardeners channel, reminding you to get up and get growing. Take care.